Okay, so before we got into today's video, I just quickly wanted to thank everybody who took the time to watch the Portugal road trip series, and your support is always appreciated, and I just wanted to quickly say thank you again. Now, today we're talking the Falcam F38 Quick Release system, and for full transparency, I actually won these in a giveaway, but there was zero obligation for me to mention it, talk about it, or even make a video about it. And I wasn't going to make a video, to be honest, because I think most professionals or even hobbyists, we all know what a quick release system is. But for someone who's starting out, there is a plethora of camera gear accessories, and it can be really overwhelming when you're trying to get started and thinking about purchasing more gear. And for me personally, I like to run really minimal, so I'm really intentional with my gear purchases. So I just wanted to add a little bit of insight on how I'm using these and how they've really helped my workflow and made things a little bit easier. Now, if you're not familiar with the quick release system, we'll just quickly get into it. Usually it is a plate like this, and the plate just slides into this base. And they have a little release button, and most of them will have some safety pins, so it can really only go in one direction. There is also a lock as well. This plate can be attached to things like tripods or a larger tripod, and more importantly, like a gimbal or a light stand. And what that does is it allows you to jump from tool to tool very quickly without having to constantly change to different types of plates. But today I wanted to share how I'm using it and how I've been using it in my daily runabout setup. Now, I like to shoot handheld quite often, and so I like to have this quick release system so that I can jump from tool to tool quite quickly. And they make different types of bases, and most companies usually do. They have a backpack strap, and Falcam especially makes a base plate that you can buy that will fit into the Peak Design capture. I don't know if other companies do that, but if there is one out there that does that, let me know. And the other one that I really enjoy using is this camera strap. It's essentially the base plate with a looped cage attached to it. And on those loops, I've attached my Peak Design anchors. And from there, I will take my strap and I will attach my strap on. I like to wear mine cross body, so I usually just put it on like this, and I will take my camera, which I will slide into this base, and that gives me a really nice minimal way to hang the camera against my body. It's nice and secure, and when I'm out and we're traveling and I don't want to use my backpack, I just have this really nice setup, hangs like this. It's really secure because the safety pins make sure that the camera doesn't even drop, even if the release is being pushed, because the camera can only slide up. You just pop it back in. And when you're out walking, and you see a shot that you want, you can just quickly pop out the camera and then get the shot that you need. And once you're done grabbing what you need, you can go back in, and then you're hands-free super quick. Just keeps everything nice and clean and uncluttered. But if for some reason as you're going throughout your day, what's really great about it is suddenly the mood strikes and you want to, you can just quickly go in and go into a vlogging setup super fast. And now I'm vlogging. So as you can see, having a quick release system can be really fast and efficient into your workflow. Now, there are a few things that you should be cautious of. With any single bolted plate, there's potential for it to twist. And what's frustrating about that is if it twists, then it can make it challenging for you to get it back into the base quickly. And even worse yet, if it twists enough and you're not noticing, you can have the plate loosen up to a point where it's no longer tight against the body of the camera, and that can be super scary. Now, it hasn't ever happened to me, and I've had a Peak Design plate which is single bolt, this plate on my camera, and it's never twisted. But I know some people have reported that it has twisted and the potential of the bolt to get quite loose. I know that PGY Tech also makes a quick release system, but what they have is a patented bolt that I have heard of, and it has a layer with a bearing. So even if the plate twists, which they all single bolts plates do, the bearing will stop the actual bolt itself from getting loose. So you just twist the plate back and you're good to go. And you have that extra sense of security that the plate's not just gonna twist off your camera. If you've used it, leave a comment below. I'd love to know your experience with it, and I might consider trying it. The second thing that I would be cautious of is, obviously these plates only go into these bases. And once you commit to one system, whether it's a no-name brand or the Falcam F38, even their smaller F22 system isn't really compatible with this as much, or the PGY Tech, you're stuck into their ecosystem. So that's a drawback. I wish that there was a way to use different plates and different bases and things would be all good, but that's never going to happen. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to share how I've been using it and how I've been able to go from handheld to all my other tools quickly and efficiently. And I hope that it was insightful for someone out there. And if it was, and you enjoyed watching the video, please consider subscribing, because it really helps out this small channel. And I would love for you to join this community. Now, we've been back in Berlin for a little bit, so I have some really fun events and creative videos coming up to the channel. So we hope to see you in those ones soon. And as always, live passionately and stay inspired.